we are live. All right. Haunt. That's awful. Ooh, the silver screen. And today's news, blah, 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 blah. Hey, Nick. How you doing, man? I'm gonna stick with 8mm. This takes me back to the 80s. I love this. I love this one. Hey, Nick. If you're wanting some Margate, shoot over to Iwan Reese. You can get some right now. You can actually get 3 tins at a time. I had it pop for $69. So yeah, so this one's kind of a sneaky one, and this is the reason I put Margate only was because this group typically does not do this. So it's one of those things. So Iwan Reese and company out of Illinois. Where are they, in Chicago? They're Chicago. Really good company. They typically do not ever post their esotericas. They're on a waiting list. So 2 things: check your email if you're on a waiting list for Iwan Reese, because they got a drop. 2, if you want some Margate, you can get up to 3 tins on their website right now. So I would recommend that you go to their website and get this before they shut it down. I'm having this is a little new for me, so because I'm doing this a little different. So go to Iwan Reese. As you can see, you can get 3 tins. That's the limit. So the limit's 3 tins. If you're looking to score some Margate. There you go. Rick, did you get an email for anything else? And when did you get your email? I'm curious. Hey there, Music Live. So yeah, anybody that got a email, I'm curious when you got your email. Just in terms of reference, my camera's usually over here, but it's over here today, and I gotta make sure to look at. I don't like it over there. We're everybody. Oh. Okay, so I'm out of luck. So I have to keep the rotation this way. Unfortunately, I grabbed my tripod, but unfortunately I've got to keep the rotation like this. So I need to put a little sticker up here so I can remember to look. I'll just leave that there. So yeah, so I would Piper Hips. I would go to Iwan Reese and company. You can get Margate. If just a couple minutes ago. Yeah, they've got other stuff, but they're delegating it out right now. So it's going to depend on when you are on those waiting lists. I've been on their waiting list before, and I'm still on some of their waiting lists. So, you know, I like the way they do it, though. I do like the fact that they parcel it out. Here's what I don't like. I don't like when you're on a waiting list, like smoking pipes, but yet they post all of the tobaccos on their website. So it's like, well, what's the point of the waiting list if it's still just a free-for-all? What's my work? I work. That's what I do. I work. Too personal. I work for you. I work for you. That's what I do. I work for you. You can get the Margate. You can get the Margate if you're not on the waiting list. That's the only one that I was able to find when I talked to them. And this is the thing too, because I talk to these guys fairly often, and they specifically told me that they do not sell any of these online. I'm curious if there's any Balkan Sobrani on there. Those usually, those typically come in pairs. Balkan Sobrani. But this might just be an error. Okay, so Balkan Sobrani is still saying out of stock. So everything is going to say out of stock except for the Margate. The Margate is the only one, and I don't know if they coded it incorrectly or if they just got a good stock, but they told me specifically you would not be able to buy any that you're not on a waiting list for. However, I'm looking at it right now, and you can still add it to the cart. I added 3 to mine. I don't need any more, but I added 3 to mine just to see what it would do. And it's a limit 3 per customer, which is a pretty good deal and a good way of stocking up on it. Margate's my favorite, so I've got a massive tower of it. Oh, hey, Piper Hip. Sorry, it's Iwan Reese. Iwan Reese. I don't know if you know Iwan Reese and Company. IWAN space RIES. Yeah, here. Let's just a second. So, Iwan Reese. And the limit is 3 per customer. So I would just hop over there, grab you some. Oh, you're welcome. Absolutely. Again, check your emails if you have not checked your emails and you're and you're on a waiting list with them, then you might want to make sure you check your emails. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they give you the 24 or 48 hour or maybe even a week. I think they give you a certain amount of time. So check your emails if you're on a waiting list for Iwan Reese, because that could. I just got a whiff. Sorry, I got a whiff of it. But check your emails and see if you're on one of those waiting lists. Make sure you're getting in there and grabbing whatever you've been on a waiting list for. So again, I'm okay with Iwan Reese doing it this way because at least you are on a list, and I can confirm I've been on lists before and I've gotten some tobaccos, but I have also I'm also still on other lists. But as they go through, they'll tick you off and they'll send you your email, and it's a pretty cool process. Rick, they don't really like sharing that information. Probably not so much that they don't like sharing it as much as they're a little bit lazy and they don't want to go try and track that information down. You can call and see and ask them. A good indicator would be like smoking pipes. That would probably be the length of the list. So if you went to smoking pipes and you registered for one of the tobaccos, that's probably about right. And if you can estimate that they maybe get 10, 15, for instance, smoking pipes get 10 or 15 Penzance or 10 or 15 Stonehaven at a time. They go through inventory a bit more, so they get a little bit bigger of a drop. Iwan Reese maybe 10. So if you can just kind of estimate that, I mean, it's going to take a while. If you're on a Penzance or Stonehaven list at Iwan Reese, it's going to be a long time. But the good thing is, unlike smoking pipes and some other tobacco places, brick and mortars and retails, at least Iwan Reese does not release it on their website, so everybody like me or you or whoever else can go and just gobble them up before you even check your email, which I appreciate. Rick, maybe not. Maybe not. I mean, hope not. I mean, like I said before, Piper Hips, man, he hit the mother load, because he got, not only did he get a Penzance from Cherry on top, but he got a whole bag on one of my live streams, which is awesome. I mean, that to me, that's the coolest thing in the world. So I was pumped about that, because that's a big one. I didn't know if I was able to get on a live stream fast enough. I'm looking at other methods of doing some of this stuff, but I mean, it's more work for me to do other methods. Just going live is easy, and everybody pop in and we go live. But I mean, it's just one of those things. So this is a very small drop, but I would take advantage of it until they shut it down, because I don't know if they know, because they will tell you they don't sell it to the general public online like this. So I would grab it while it's still up on the site. And they're a pretty good. They're a pretty good company. I like them. They're one of the ones that I thought did a great job a while back at the Chicago Pipe Show, where they actually sold a lot of McClellan blends at roughly the general retail price, and that's cool. I mean, you immediately you get my loyalty in that scenario, where you didn't just have a big stock and gouge the heck out of it. And they saved a bunch of that for the Chicago Pipe Show. It was really cool. I mean, the lines were really long, from what I could tell, and but that's still really cool that they're willing to do that, and I can appreciate that. I can appreciate them looking out for their customers that are on waiting lists, that purchase from them regularly, that attend Chicago Pipe Show. I like that. It's that to me is a good thing. So if you are on the list, at least it will tick down. I can tell you right now, I'll probably die before I get all the way to the bottom of the list on smoking pipes and get a bag of Penzance or Stonehaven. So I'll get it from them in other ways. Because that's the thing. You can be on the list with smoking pipes all day long, but they post it on the general website so anybody can buy it. So how do you can't really get in there and buy it just by checking your email. It's already gone. By the time you've looked at your email, it's probably gone. So, but either way, I mean, it's a nice little win. Margate's not the best in the world in terms of tobaccos, but it's absolutely one of my favorites. And hits the spot every time for me. So between that one and Balkan Sobrani, those are probably, out of the Germains on the Esoterica and Balkan Sobranis, those are so far my favorites. I like them a lot. Penzance, Stonehaven, I'll see when it comes up to my Weber month. I'll be doing a first impression reviewing that one. But until then, I mean, I'm gonna stick with my Margate and Balkan Sobranis. Those are good. And then some of the Samuel Gallus blends are really good. Hey Rick, yeah, Rick. Once you're informed, you start over. But the thing is that it's not like Iwan Reese, where you're informed, you have a certain amount of time to place your order, and if you look at their website, none of that stuff is on the website. The only one that you can buy right now is Margate, and I'm guessing it's a mistake. After I talked to the guy, he said you should not be able to buy them online because they're divvied out amongst the waiting list. Smoking Pipes doesn't do that. It's basically they're just going to notify you when they post it up on their website. That's really what that is. And so, I mean, by that time. And that list is long. I'm sure I'm still in the 2000s for Penzance and Stonehaven. It does not tick down very far. So I don't think they're sending out notifications that quickly, to be honest. But I mean, which makes sense to them, because the longer it lingers, the more likely you're going to get more people out there. But I like the way Iwan Reese does it. Iwan Reese does it how I would probably do it, which is to be a little bit more loyal to their clientele. Gallowith and Hogarth are good too, absolutely. I mean, I like a lot of those English, and not just English, but in terms of the English blenders, I like a lot of them. They're really, really good. But I mean, it's just one of those things. It is feast or famine for most of the sites, except for Iwan Reese. Iwan Reese, you absolutely can be on a waiting list, and at some point, much sooner than any of the other lists, you will get your blend. You will. You will get there. At some point, you will get there. It will take a long time, but you will get there. But if you're on Smoking Pipes or some of the others, you're just, in certain cases, you're going to get a notice the same as everybody else, and it's a free-for-all. Or in most cases, you're way down on a huge list, and they're notifying a few at a time, but they're putting it all on the website. So if you're checking the website and you're not on the list, you can get it. I bought a what did I buy? Did I buy Penzance on Smoking Pipes? I think I maybe bought a Penzance on Smoking Pipes, and I'm still on the waiting list for the alert. So it's not even if you buy it, you don't come off the waiting list. So, to me, the waiting list is a little, it's not really the best method. It's a method. It's absolutely a method, but it's like all the other methods. It's getting to know these people, letting them know, hey, there's things out there. There's a lot of this stuff that you have to do to really hone in on where the drops are and where you can find them. And again, Iwan Reese is not one that is going to have a whole bunch on their website. They're gonna divvy it out to everybody that is part of their typical clientele. Let's see. Yeah, I think I still see it in stock. So if you're still looking for, I think Milan had a drop the other day. Unfortunately, there's sometimes I really, really have to work. Thankfully, it's lunchtime right now, so I'm kind of cutting a break. Yeah, looks like Iwan Reese still, the Margate's still up in the 2-ounce tin. So grab them while they're there. If you have not checked your email, check your email, because Iwan Reese has probably emailed you, and you don't want to be like some people and let that stuff just sit in your email, and then a week later you're checking it. It's like, oh crap, I could have got Brighton, or I could have got Ramsgate, or I could have got a multitude of the other blends. You want to try and get a hold of them as soon as you can. And the other thing is too, if you don't like it, there's a ton of people that want to try these. So these can make great giveaways. Absolutely make great giveaways. So take advantage. I mean, and I'll tell you right now, you'll get some attention on your giveaways if you're giving away some Esoterica. It's because people want to try it, they want to know, and at some point, the hype. This might make the hype dwindle so fast that some of this stuff stays in stock more, or maybe it increases the hype. Who knows? We'll see. Either way, go get you some, because it's there. Is anybody? What is today? Today Wednesday? Yes, today is Wednesday. Has anybody been smoking anything today, or is everybody at work like I am? Because I'm pretty sure most people should be working right now. At least here in the States, most people should be at work for the most part. And did anybody grab them a tin of Margate? Because that's pretty much all that's available right there right now, which is fine by me. Let's see if they have anything else. I'm pretty sure they don't. I am pretty sure that nothing is still posted. Nope. All right, so yeah, that's it. So the Margate is the only one still posted. Nice. Well, then go get you some Margate and buy you a couple from Iwan Reese. I think this Rick, I'm glad. Twist your arm. You better buy it, Rick. Get over there. You're bad if you don't buy it. I mean, I love Margate. I will say I'm not the biggest fan of Anso to Bed. Padre Piper liked it. I think Zach Four Eye Piper was doing a Rattray Tuesday or something, and he even said he was not the biggest fan of Ann Soda Bed. I would have to agree. It's not my favorite out of them. It's a good English blend. I think it's good. I would smoke it if somebody offered me a bowl of it. I'd smoke it. Pembroke, kind of the same. You can always trade it, Rick. You can always trade for something. Everybody's gonna be willing to trade for some Esotericas. But I'll say Margate is by far, it's probably my favorite, and it's very reminiscent of Balkan Sobrani. I think Margate is a bit sweeter, and it's good. I had some last night. I was doing a couple of videos last night and doing some stuff, and man, it's good. It's good. I think it's. I mean, I know there are some people that are expecting like a punch in the mouth kind of situation, whether it's like Pirate Cake or some of the others. And when I hear people compare that, my first thought is well, you're probably smoking a tobacco, especially if you like, and this is nothing against aromatics, but if you like aromatics, there is a chemical involved there. Okay, and so with the chemical involved there, it's not just humectants, it's toppings, it's caseins. I mean, there's more stuff involved. So at some point, how much of the tobacco are you getting? How much of the chemicals are you getting? I like to relate it to like drinking a Diet Coke. At first, you drink a Diet Coke, it tastes weird. It's awful. Aspartame is terrible. But as you drink it more and more and more, that you get used to it, and all that stuff goes away. And there's a lot of people that drink Diet Coke that aren't necessarily just trying to lose weight or anything, but they drink Diet Coke because they have that the weirdness that they originally got is gone, and so it's just normal to them. But then when they go back and drink a regular Coke, they're like, whoa, this is so sugary and syrupy and all that stuff. And that's just because you got used to one. So I try not to compare Esotericas to really any other types of blends, because I think each blender is going to do their own style and own version. And I'd have to say that for the Germains, specifically in the Esotericas, unless they say there's a topping or something to that nature, I don't get any chemical issues at all. And part of what I like about it is the freshness and the fact that it's not, that I'm not picking up those chemical flavors. So, and it is what it is. I mean, it's, who was it? I think Voodoo was talking about mold in one of his previous videos, which was really interesting. Make sure you're going and checking these guys out and subscribing to them. But I think he was talking about mold, and he's spot on. Unless you're using bleach or some mold type of chemical, it ain't going to work. The Lakeland Essence, yes. Which I always like to. One of the things that I know specifically, but yes, the Lakeland Essence is absolutely there. But one of the things that I like about the Germain blends is that the one topping that I specifically know that they use is what is it? Licorice. Which I don't like licorice. I don't eat licorice. But when I can smell it, I like the way it smells. So I'm curious of how the way it smokes. But yeah, you got the Lakeland Essence. There's all kinds of things that can alter a tobacco just on itself during production. So adding additives and the like, I'm just not into it. So, but we're running along on this one. Hopefully, everybody got some. Make sure to check your emails for Iowa and Reese. Check your emails. Make sure whether or not you've got a notice for one of the other blends. Grab some Margate because it's available, and you can get 3 tins in one shot, and that's pretty good. The price it's okay. The price is all right. It's probably a few dollars high. Oh, good job. I'm glad you were able to order it. I don't know if they ship to Canada. I get that question a lot, and I'm not quite sure if they ship to Canada or not. But if you were able to score a 10 of Margate or anything else, Please, if you're in a live stream, give a shout out to the channel. If you make videos, do a Yabo. Would love to see Yabo shout outs or reviews. Love those. Like Earl of Pipes did some really good reviews. Love those. They get me pumped, and and there might be a reason. I might be working all of that into something in the future. In the future, that way, whatever is that way in that future. In fact, that way is probably where my food is, because I'm starting to get a little hungry. So, anyways, this is Martin. Go get you some Margate over at Iwan Reese, and don't eat it. Though I'm really hungry and it smells good. Don't eat it. Stick it in your pipe and smoke it. See you guys later.